Hi everyone, this is Jill. I'm the Stitching Nail Tech, and I am back to talk to you about my cross stitch. So just a little life update real quick. I went back to work the second week of May, so things have been pretty busy, but cross stitching did not suffer. I've done lots and lots of stitching. I just haven't had as much time to do a video, so I'm here to show what ended up happening with all my mania plans. And I have my assistant here beside me. Isabel doesn't want to be on camera today, so okay. So did lots and lots of projects for mania. The only one that I completed was my June Lizzie Kate tidbits. I have already taken it to work, so I don't have that to show. My fully finished, I hopefully can, if I can figure out, I will insert a photo for it in this video. Okay, so now to start off with what I have done for mania. I know that there are a lot of things that people have seen. One of the things that I worked on was the Feels Like Home cross stitch mystery project that they released one part of the project a week for the 5 weeks of May. So this is kind of where I got to when I was working. I have the other two parts here on the page that are fuzzed out. You know, this is already over, so we have the completed, you know, I just haven't printed it out because I'm still, you know, I'm still behind. I didn't get done with it. I have changed, the only thing that I've changed so far is the color of the house. So here is what I've done. The house still has, you know, more of the roof, but the house is supposed to be gray, and I wanted it to have a little bit of a different color and the windows to be yellow. I'm going to, at some point, make the door, I'm not sure, think about red, I don't know, but it says Feels Like Home, and I just love it. This is such a comforting picture. Now, for those of you who may not have seen the entire pattern revealed, down here is a white fence, which is actually a light gray fence because this is white fabric. And then over here is a pink, multicolor pink and coral red rose that will go right here. A little bit of an example is the bag that I bought. This is the project bag. And this is actually a really nice big project bag. It's canvas. And I just love the little bluebird. He's so cute. So I hope to get that done this year because I have in mind where I want it to go. I think I want it to go on this wall somewhere. And I'm down in my dining room right now. And I also know what I want to put it on. I have a something I got at Walmart. It looks like a pallet board, but it's just small and it has a rope on it. And I'm just going to just leave that as is and put some sort of pretty backing fabric behind this and just attach it to it. I'm really excited to get that done. Okay, so here we go. More, I've got a lot of projects, so everybody just kind of buckle in here. Now, this is the Summer House Trio by Waxing Moon Designs. And the one I'm working on is the sunflower, which is right there, the sunflower house. And this is where I've gotten to. And it's almost done. And there are two more. I don't know if I'll get them, you know, obviously I'm not going to get them all done by summer because it's summer. But, and then I also worked on the fall one. So I want to show that for autumn, the Autumn House Trio. And I'm working on this top one here that says autumn. So here is where I am with this one. Now, for those of you that look at this and say, she doesn't have a whole lot of room on one side, you would be correct, because my measuring skills obviously need some help because I did not measure correctly, probably this whole thing. I'm really hoping that it all fits, but I have maybe a ½ inch, probably less than ½ inch to finish this on that side. So we're gonna see how that works out. But I love those designs too. Okay, the next one, I made some progress on my Little House Needleworks Summer ABCs. Now I had hoped to get a lot of these done by summertime, but you know, we all have big plans for seasons and then, you know, it doesn't always happen. But here's that one. It's kind of hard to see in the picture. Sometimes the pictures have to be so small, but this is what it looks like so far. I guess I'm almost halfway done. I'm done with K. I am not crazy about the ice cream, and I saw someone on Facebook who recharted this and changed. She did not do apples, she did America. I can't remember what else she changed, but she did not do the ice cream in white, the letters. And so I need to do something different there because they're just really hard to see. But this one's a lot of fun because you just got these little, basically, you know, pictures that you're doing as you go down. And I also have the spring ABCs to work on as well. Now this is my one Christmas one. Well, this Christmas, I also have a winter one that I was working on. This is Calendar Girls by Little House Needleworks, and a one to start with December. I just like her outfit, her coat the most. And this is where I am here. And, you know, got quite a bit done on her face, and I'm starting on her coat and dress. And then I also need to finish the words on the side. I put everything in a hoop or a Q-snap, so I usually tend to work from one section down or over or something. I plan on participating in Jolly July, which is like Mania, except it's Christmas themed and it's for July. I don't know that I will do, you know, a whole lot. A lot of people do it where it is ornaments that they make. So the next thing that I worked on was Quilter's Cottage by Lori Holt. And here is where I got to. Just the house. And this house has taken a while. Houses are deceiving. You know, you think you can just zip right through them. You think it's just one motif, but it's a lot. It's a lot to... The thing that I like about this is this really speaks to my symmetry, you know, needs, and it's a lot of what's done on this side is done over here. So, you know, you can kind of go quickly in that, you know, it's pretty much equal on either side. That's just very satisfying sometimes. But I really like this. This is on 28 count Monaco that I dyed with pearl gray Rit dye. And I really, really like this fabric, how it turned out, the color. I've really enjoyed Rit dyeing fabrics. And speaking of Rit dyeing fabric, this next one, just absolutely, I've really enjoyed working on. One, I'm working on 18 count, which is a little new for me, but this is Sweet Land of Liberty. This is by Heart and Hand. And it has some 1/1. Wait, that's it. Is it this one? No, this one doesn't have it. It's another 4th of July pattern. This one has some specialty stitches in the flag stripes. It just has some Smyrna stitches, which are pretty easy. But this is on 18 count, and it is on fabric that I dyed with the red and blue for it to have a patriotic look. Let's see if I can get really close so you can see just the different ways that it's. I just love how it turned out. Now, I did have to go, I started with just the regular red and blue, and it wasn't very dark. So I ended up going back with the wine color and the navy blue, and you do end up with a little bit of purple in there, but I like it. I think it's really cool. And I really want to have that one done. And it's not a big one. It's long, but it's not really all that in-depth and hard. This one is by Waxing Moon Designs as well. This one is Winter. And this one is on, I think it's 32 count. But anyway, it's on a linen that I dyed with just a real light blue. And so here's where I got to on that. This uses some Kreinik, and I don't know if you can tell that I have that right here. And I was really scared of it, but it's actually been okay. This also uses Whisper, which is a fuzzy thread, and it will go, I believe the only place it is for the cuffs of the mittens there. But this Kreinik, which is an opalescent, is mixed with white to make the different snowflakes. So that one right there is one down there. And it's, you know, doesn't stand out a whole lot. I wish it stood out more. But this one's been going really fast too, faster than I expected, especially with the specialty threads. This one is one of the Halloween ones that I wanted to work on. This one is Peekaboo. I like black cats. And this is where I've gotten to here. So I got basically the bottom half. And this one I dyed myself using grays, and two different grays, pearl gray and charcoal gray, and I really like it. It turned out darker than the project that I had planned it for, so it works perfect for a Halloween project. So all I have now is the hat and the black cat on there. And he's a pretty easy stitch. My own boo, black cat, is not impressed at all. Okay, so I've got one big project that I'm getting ready to start on, and I did not bring the cover photo, so I'm gonna have to pause and go get that. But before I do that, I'm gonna show one that I got a while ago that I'm kind of excited to start, and I don't have the fabric planned out yet that I'm gonna use. But this one is called Jack's Bats, and when I was at my LNS, I took this one specifically to get some threads, because this border around here uses Needle Necessities Kismet. When I went to my LNS, she said that company is not in business anymore. And the colors in this are a muted coral, yellow, green, and it variegates all the way around. But she did help me pick out something that will work, and I'm very excited because I kind of assumed that, you know, I wouldn't necessarily have anything. So this is Wildflowers, and this is called Fiesta. So this is what I'm going to do the border in. The rest of it is DMC. I don't know if you can see, but this has a lot of variegation in it. It doesn't have as much of the light that this does, the yellow and the lighter colors, but it has the green, the terracotta, the orange. There we go, you can see that a little bit better. Okay, this is my first time with variegation, so we're gonna see. Now this says to, when you're using it, well, for any of the fabrics, to use one strand. And I will, you know, I'll give that a try and see, you know, how it works with one strand, you know, versus how it might look with two strands, but that's really pretty. So I'm excited to try that. And what's fun is I like doing borders first. So I get to try out this fun new thread on a border, which I really like doing. Okay, so now I'm gonna pause and go get my cover photo for my big project that I'm working on, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. This project that I'm getting ready to start is my first stitch along, and it is the I'll Be Home series, and it's all the cottages in one. There's a different cottage that corresponds to each month of the year. So this is a project that was first introduced on the Flosstube Just Keep Stitching with Pam and Steph. Pam decided she wanted to start this as a stitch along. So now there is a Facebook group, and I've decided I want to do them all together as well. So I'm going to start with August, which is here right in the middle. Now, I'm doing this all on one piece of fabric. I've never done that before, and I've never started in an odd place before. So I'm just going to give you the dimensions of this bad boy. So if it's on 16 count, the stitch count is the same no matter what count. And they have it in centimeters, the measurements. But the stitch count is 343 by 391. That's big, y'all. But, you know, I look at it as, you know, small projects that all just happen to be linked together. My problem has been figuring out how to get fabric that's big enough. I knew I couldn't wait for it to be ordered because everything is really slow coming from online ordering. There is a lot of different flosses. It's charted in all DMC, and those are all the flosses. So I have all of them now, and I kind of have them in a smaller project bag, and I try to be organized. So this is the one for the August house. So these are the flosses for that. Then the rest of them are all kind of divided up into their numbers, just so I can kind of find them easier. And the border is this color, 801. Just kind of a dark, medium dark brown. So my problem was with my first fabric I chose, I did not leave enough extra space. Big, just rookie mistake. So as I was starting my border, I got almost to the end and got almost to the very edge of the fabric. So I had to go back and get more because I knew there was no way that I could square it up. So the only fabric that my LNS really had that was going to be big enough was this Fabric Flare Historic Beige. And this is what it looks like. It has pretty much light modeling to it. It's not a whole lot. It's not my number one pick for a color, simply because it does have some really light places in it, and these houses have some light aspects to them. But you know, I can change it as I go. But Fabric Flare is printed on the fabric, so the back doesn't have anything on it. So it's just the front, which I think that's kind of neat. That opens up a lot for them to be able to do. Now, can you see I'm already crooked? And that's because this fabric is not squared up the way it comes from the manufacturer, because this is the selvage edge up here, I'm assuming. But I left about 2 inches. That's all the room that I had from the piece that she had to cut this from. So my fear, I'm getting ready to start on this left border. And what I did here, these pins are where the borders go to divide the houses down the middle. And then I'll do the same when I come down here. I will put a pin where that border starts, where it starts going across. So what my plan is to stitch that whole border all around, so that when I go to fill in each house, all I have to really do is start on the house. I know where to place it. If I need to do some adjusting, I can do that before I get on into it, you know, too far down. But I'm really, really super excited to start this, because like this is, it's rolled up, but y'all, this is gonna be huge. It's gonna be really big, but I'm really excited to do it. I've never tried anything this big, so I hope that I will have good progress to report as I get going on it. So that is my big project, and this, again, we're going to start the actual stitching on it by the end of this month. Now, the last thing I want to show is a few patterns that I bought off Etsy that I'm really excited to start. I don't know when exactly I'll start them, but this one I would love to do before the 4th, but now that I'm doing a big sow, this probably won't get done. But I just love, I've seen a lot of people do this one, and I just love it. I also got the Quaker pumpkin too, and this one I'm really excited to do too. Although this says that it's charted with 610, which is a brown. It's kind of a dull brown, and I think I'm going to do it in a gray, brownish green. So it'll be orange and green. I also found a designer called the Cherry Hill Stitchery, and I love her designs. They're so pretty. So I love fall most of all. I love that. And I just went onto her Etsy shop and printed these off. I love the white pumpkins. And the final one that I got, pumpkin spice and everything nice. I like the muted tones. I like the white pumpkins. I even like how she's got it finished. Very simple with wood and So I don't know when I'm gonna start these, but I might expand Jolly July to include fall because I love fall most of all. But so that is the extent of all that I've done. I have a whole bunch of fabric coming from 123 Stitch because my family got me gift cards to Fat Quarter Shop and 123 Stitch for Mother's Day. So I got a bunch of 9x13 fabrics so that I could see the different fabric. My intention was to kind of test dry fabrics for this, but my stuff just got shipped out yesterday and I ordered it back in May. But that's okay because I'll just have the fabric to be able to use on other things, and I have a lot of projects that don't have fabric yet. So I think that's just about everything. Thank you for joining me. I hope that everyone enjoyed seeing what I've been working on. I hope to be more regular with making videos, and I just really enjoy cross stitch and everything that goes along with it. And if you're watching this and made it this long, then I'm sure you do too. So also, this is kind of a side note, I posted on Facebook, this has been a couple weeks ago, in the Real Housewives of Cross Stitch. I couldn't think. I posted in their Facebook group for anyone who might be interested in starting with me a stitchers group in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, which is where I am, or the immediate area. And I got quite a few people who responded. So I'm really excited to start that group. I don't know what it'll look like yet. If we're just gonna be able to do online stuff, or if we can, find a place to go ahead and start meeting. I don't know, but I'm really thankful to have gotten a big big response for quite a few ladies here in Murfreesboro and the surrounding area who might like to get together and stitch together, talk about what we're doing, So I'll also report on that as we kind of get further and further into that. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.